Jam fans, welcome back to another commentary here on the channel. We are here in Los Angeles, Anaheim, California, in Angels Stadium for another great stop here on Stadium Tour Yellow as they commence their third weekend here of the 2022 season. Let's meet the drivers completing here on this weekend's event. We have Mike Christensen starting us off in Vendetta. Then we also have his teammate Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack. He is followed by Preston Perez in Axe, who's been looking good so far, and Kayla Blood in Soldier Fortune, who tries to get herself going this week. Next up, we have Mr. Excitement himself, the World Finals champion Jim Kohler in Avenger. Craig Champion in El Toro Loco is here. He's been looking good. Bari Musauer and Zombie won 2 freestyles last weekend. And Corey Rummel is also here in Megalodon. Now the final 4 here, these guys are all competing for the top spot on this Stadium Tour Yellow. Camden Murphy is here in the Bakugan Dragonoid. Charlie Balkin's been a surprise so far this year in Monster Mutt. Ryan Anderson is not off to the start he's hoping for, looking to bounce back here in Anaheim. And Tyler Menninga so far is running away with it here on Stadium Tour Yellow. Now I know these are the intros for the Sunday show. There were literally no intros for the Saturday show, but we are starting with the Saturday show. Once the intro video is over, we'll be getting right into Monster Jam on Saturday in Anaheim.
I can't see it.
It's the legendary Green Digger!
Let's go, Tyler!
Starting us off here in Monster Jam Racing, we have Jim Kohler in Avenger in the near lane and Craig Champion in the far lane. Here starting us off in night number 1 in Anaheim. Both of these drivers not known for their racing, so this should be a pretty good one. As Jim Kohler has a lead. It's always fun to see not racers race because it tends to not be the nicest looking race, but it's always a close one. And it is a close one indeed, but Jim Kohler in Avenger takes home the win there, moves on to round number 2. Next up, Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack takes on Kayla Blood in Soldier Fortune. Both of these drivers have had some bad luck on their side at the start of this tour. Paul Jensen specifically in racing. It's close, but Paul Jensen takes the win here in round number 1. He is on to the next round. Now we have Preston Perez and Axe taking on Mike Christensen in Vendetta. A lot of independents early on here in this racing bracket. Round number 1 filled with them. Only one felt driver so far. It's a close race going to the final turn. Not much speed in this one. It's a very slow and steady wins the race. Close. I don't know if Preston Perez hit the ramp. He did not, so Vendetta takes home the win. Next, we have Bari Musauer and Zombie taking on Charlie Balkin and Monster Mutt. This has been a pretty good battle all season long between these two. It's close. Oh boy, Balkin is all over the place after that. A weird bounce. And Zombie will knock out Monster Mutt in round number 1. Bari Musauer pulling out a big win. Balkin will still cross the line. That truck is not having some luck tonight. Now we are in round number 2. Corey Rummel's here in Megalodon in the near lane. Paul Jensen and Jurassic Attack in the far lane. Corey Rummel with a big lead going to this final turn here. Rummel has had his thumb all over this track all year long, and so far he is proving that he is going to be one of the best racers here on this tour. Next up, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger takes on Mike Christensen and Vendetta. These two have matched 6 times. Ryan Anderson is 6-0 in those matchups, and he is looking to make it 7-0 right here in round number 2. And he will do so. Vendetta cannot grab the win. Son of a Digger off to the semifinals. Now we have a rematch of the round 1 race between Avenger and El Toro Loco. I'm not sure why this is happening. I'll tell you why it's happening. Gravedigger did not compete in racing. So, because of that, these two are rematching. Jim Kohler won the first race. Let's see if he can win the second one. And he does. He wins it by a long shot. So Avenger is moving on to the semifinals. Next up, we have Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid against Barney Musauer and Zombie. Musauer knocked out a heavy hitter in Charlie Balkin in round 1. He's got another heavy hitter right here in Camden Murphy. A close race. These two battling it out. Only one can go on to the semifinals. A mistake from Dragonoid. Will it cost him? No, it won't. Camden Murphy saved himself from a loss. He's going to the semifinals. Now we have our third team screen only matchup. Jim Kohler has only raced his teammates tonight. It is Jim Kohler and Corey Rummel. They go to the first jump. Megalodon, a little fishtail. No pun intended there. He is behind going to the final turn. A lot of ground to make up for Megalodon, but he does, as Avenger cannot quite hold it on. He is going to the finals. Now we have a star-studded matchup here. Son of a Digger and Bakugan Dragonoid. Ryan Anderson has beat Camden Murphy 6 times in his Monster Jam career. Ryan Anderson's only done it 5 times, so Ryan Anderson has one more win in this head-to-head matchup. They are close right now. Ryan Anderson with the lead, but they are both struggling to have a smooth race. Murphy with another mistake, but it doesn't matter. Camden Murphy comes back and is going to the final round as he takes on Corey Rummel in Megalodon. Whoever wins this race wins their first racing competition of 2022. Corey Rummel has been so fast on this track all season long, looking to finally get that trophy. And Camden Murphy's had his troubles tonight, but he's had some lucky wins by being fast at the very end when he needs to be. And the luck continues for Camden Murphy. Goodness gracious, another sloppy race that he wins, and he is your racing winner tonight. Congratulations to Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. Now, we go to the skills competition. Craig Champion starts us off in El Toro Loco, going for a slap wheelie. Now, the skills competition, you can either do 2 moves on 2 wheels or 1 donut. It's scored from 1 to 10 by the fans who are judging on judgeszone.com. The opportunity of a lifetime to score a Monster Jam event. Craig Champion going for a sky wheelie, popping it up, and lands it back down. The score for El Toro Loco is a 5.262. Now, Gravedigger also didn't compete in this competition either, so 2 massive blows. That is 24 total points Gravedigger has missed out on, and he is leading the tour entering this weekend. Kayla Blooded Soldier Fortune is up now, coming out second. She is stopping it, and a little moonwalk. That is, I'd say, her best skills move of the year so far. She does have 1 left. She's done a couple donuts this year. It's always nice to see people changing up their plan. Lining up for a popper. She has never done a popper at a stadium. Well, I don't know that for a fact, but going for a popper, almost rolled it over on the front. Spinning around, can she save it? No. Hit a weird bounce on that ramp, and unfortunately, her run ends right there. But she takes the lead with an 8.440. That is a good score to beat, but Preston Perez and Axe is doing some stoppies this season, moonwalking it, and he is looking to take the lead away from Soldier Fortune. Preston Perez, I must say, I've been very impressed with what he's done this year. His first stadium tour, and I have to say, he has exceeded expectations by a long shot. Here in this beautiful Angel Stadium, Axe is going for a bicycle, and he sets it down. It is a 7.256. Now Charlie Palkin in Monster Mud, he was knocked out in round 1 of racing, so you know he has an axe to grind, and he is looking to come back here and win this skills competition. He needs those points. It's right there at the top of the tour. He is going for the throat with the bicycle here. Let's see how far he can walk it. Getting it a little on the sidewall is a very successful first move for Monster Mud. Again, 12 points are up for grabs here in the skills competition. Each competition offers up to 12 points based on where you place. Charlie Palkin's had some really good skills moves this year. He tends to do a bicycle and a stoppie pretty much off of a racing lane, and then he does the stoppie off of the step up. That is exactly what he's going to do here. Putting it on the front 2 wheels. A little weird angle that truck took after the landing. That's going to put him in a weird spot. He sets it down, but Monster Mutt takes the lead at an 8.981. That'll bring up Jurassic Attack. Paul Jensen ready to perform his skills moves. Going for a reverse popper. He doesn't even get it off the ground. That's unfortunate. So he still has 1 hit to go. Lining up for hit number 2. This is Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack. A popper on the front 2 wheels and sets it down. That is a 4.726 for Jurassic Attack, which will bring up his teammate Mike Christensen in Vendetta. Lining up for the jammer. Putting it into a slat wheelie, walking it down a little bit. First slat wheelie of the night. That's true, that is the first baseline. I don't even think of it that way. It's funny seeing stadiums that I normally see all the time in Major League Baseball being used for Monster Jam, because I'm used to seeing them. I mean, I'm probably one of few baseball fans who actually get to see this stadium more in another event than baseball. Going for a sky wheelie, huge air on that move. That was a really nice sky wheelie, a 6.777, not enough for the lead. Your leader is still Monster Mutt with an 8.981. Now we have Bari Musauer and Zombie. Can't quite get anything doing there from that jump. Sets it down. I think he might have broken something. I think he lost power in that rear left wheel on that landing. And he's going to spin into a donut. You can't do that, so Bari's been disqualified. That's against the rules. So this is just for the fans. It's going to be a 0 for Zombie. Unfortunately, yeah, you can't do that, Bari. That is illegal. So that is a DQ for Zombie. Still a good donut, but hopefully they can get that truck fixed for the freestyle competition. That'll bring up Jim Kohler in Avenger. Kohler has been going for these poppers so far this year. Let's see if he can really nail one. He's also had problems throwing it in reverse when he goes to do them. For whatever reason, the truck just doesn't shift quickly enough. But that was a pretty good first hit. Oh my, going for big air. Not really a sky wheelie, but he does get a little wheelie at the end of it. I mean, that was exciting. And it won't take the lead, but it's an 8.128, a very good score. Puts him in 3rd place. That'll bring up Ryan Anderson here in Son of a Digger. Not many trucks left here in this competition. Only 2 after Ryan Anderson. He's on the right side of the truck, bicycling it. Still going into the turn. Around the turn. Still around the turn. And he sets it down on the other racing ramp. My goodness, what a bicycle. Ryan Anderson said he wants to get it all the way around the stadium, and let me tell you, when he does that one time this year, he will. I'm telling you, he will. It's going to be spectacular. I can't wait for that. That was, I think, his longest bicycle he's ever done. It's just hard in a stadium to do it because you got to turn on the right side of the bicycle and then on the left for the sidewalls. And he sets it down. It's a 9.273, so Son of a Digger takes the lead. with a very impressive skills run, and he now sits at the top spot here in this competition. That'll bring up Corey Rummel in Megalodon, putting it on the front two wheels. He followed Ryan Anderson here because he got knocked out in the final round of racing. Oh my, popping it into a little wheelie too. Good first hit for Megalodon. He does have one hit left. I think he's been shut off. Is that going to be the end of the run? Oh, no, there we go. Got a little worried. Didn't want that to be the end of Megalodon there. Corey Rummel, one hit to go. I mean, he has been runner-up in the racing competition. I don't know the exact number, but a few times already this year. At least twice. I think maybe 3 times. And again, another Team Scream truck that can't quite shift it into reverse. It's a low score. It's a 6.380. I think that could have been a little higher. But also you have to keep in mind that was right after Son of a Digger went and put down a very good run. That'll bring up the Bakugan Dragonoid. Camden Murphy, your racing winner tonight, looking for a double down and 12 more points to add to his point total and tour total. It's a points race here as the drivers try and get the most points. And he is moonwalking it up the ramp. A very good hit. Oh my, comboing it into a wheelie. Couldn't quite get it up the ramp, but that was almost a fantastic combo there, but still a very good first move. The winner of this tour is the only driver to get an automatic spot in the Monster Jam World Finals on the tour, so you never know. You really don't. While you can kind of guess what drivers are going to be in the World Finals, you need to win the tour. And that's been proven many times in the past where drivers that come in second don't make the World Finals. I think Charlie Pauken and Cole Bernard a couple years ago finished second on their tours and didn't make the World Finals. Colt Stevens, same thing. Pops it on the front two wheels. Walking it backwards. 2 very good hits here for Megalodon. I'd argue this is about on the same par as Son of a Digger's run, but the truck stalls there as he tries to go into reverse, and that is going to put him with an 8.033. Now we are in freestyle. Corey Rummel and Megalodon starts us off here in the freestyle competition. The first of 12. The reason he is coming out first is because he finished in last in the previous freestyle competition. It's reverse order of the last freestyle. Now, Corey Rummel has been in this venue in Anaheim a lot. He was there in 2016 for the second show, for 2 shows, 2017 for 3 shows, 2018 for 3 shows, 2019 for 2, and 2020 as well. Oh no, is he done? I think that's... No, never mind. This truck is having some problems, though. It's been shutting off a little bit. Yeah, I think he has lost all power. That's going to be the end of the run for Megalodon. It's a 5.403, a tough break for Corey Rummel, who is looking to throw down a good event. That brings up Mike Christensen in Vendetta. Now, Mike Christensen also has been here before. He was here in 2017. And if you told me that, I'm shocked. I did not know that. I had no idea Mike Christensen was in Anaheim in 2017. I also didn't do commentaries for 2017 shows, so that's probably why. I wonder what truck he drove. I don't think he drove Vendetta because I don't believe Vendetta was around yet. Fascinating question. Nice air. Yeah, he was not driving Vendetta because this is Vendetta's first appearance here in Anaheim. Again, shout out to Monster Hub for the statistics. All of these statistics that you see here and will hear here are all from Monster Hub. Well, pretty much all of them. I do know some things off the top of my head. This Team Throttle Monster has grown a lot in the last couple of years. The Vendetta truck, Kamikaze. I mean, they've got a lot of trucks that they've just grown. Jurassic Attack's now part of their team. Whipping it into a donut here in freestyle. Trying to do whatever he can to get some points. Mike Christensen is, I don't want to say struggled in the freestyle competition, but he has certainly had his... He hasn't had the best freestyles so far this year. Is that going to be the end of the run? I think he just got pinned in a corner there. They've got Rockwell Red and Team Throttle Monster. They have a lot of trucks. They're a very fun team to watch independently, too. They always put on a good show. I got to see this Vendetta truck at the Arizona State Fair in 2019. Gorgeous truck. I actually have a piece of this truck. Nondescript, but I know it's a piece of Vendetta. Definitely a very loud truck in the independent shows as well. And that is going to do it. Vendetta's done. The score for Mike Christensen is a 7.220, which brings up Paul Jensen. Jurassic Attack starting with some big air off the racing lane. Now, Paul Jensen has had immense struggles this year. Big air. Airing that Jurassic Attack truck out. Oh boy, that didn't sound good. Lost a horn. Oh my, that is really not good. I knew it when he landed. That didn't sound good.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now you can see the clock is frozen at 97 seconds.
I could tell, just didn't sound right.
It's been some wow moments for sure.
Oh, they've refired it.
He's trying to refire. It sounds like he is. Keep it going.
All right, well, that works. Engine kind of died on him there for a second, but, I mean, he got himself a second life. You could never complain about that. The truck has also given him a lot of problems. The truck has done him no favors this year. I mean, you could just hear the engine popping every once in a while when it lands. That is not supposed to sound like that. Oh my, weird bounce. I'm not 100% positive, but I think this might be a new chassis, if I'm correct. I believe Zach Jensen is driving... Wow, big air. Oh, gosh, that engine just had a stroke. Yeah, I think that engine is done for the day. What was that? What? I have never heard a truck sound like that before. All right, well, that's the end of the run. Axe announcing his presence. Big air from Preston Perez. So Jurassic Attack took the lead with a 7.684, but Preston Perez is saying, yeah, that's not going to last long. I mean, he's getting big air. Wow, airing this truck out. Give it up for Preston Perez so far. I mean, he is, like I said in the skills competition here, Preston Perez has impressed me a lot this year. It is his first ever stadium tour. It is his first real shot at being in the stadiums in general. And he is really soaking up every opportunity he can and is making the most of it. He has just done a great job this year. He's going to make a real push for Rookie of the Year. Why am I saying Rookie of the Year? Wow, that was dumb. No, he's not making a push for Rookie of the Year. He's been driving for a year. Wow, that might have... I've said a lot of stupid things on this channel. And I'm not editing that out because I want to give you guys the comic relief. Oh boy, Axe rolling over. Oh, can he save it? Oh, no, he cannot. I said a lot of stupid things on this channel. Saying that Preston Perez is a rookie in Monster Jam is probably one of the stupidest things I've ever said. So enjoy the laughs for that. That was pretty funny. Preston Perez does take the lead with an 8.962. That is a crazy score. Soldier Fortune also, unfortunately, does not compete here in freestyle. We are now looking at Craig Champion in the El Toro Loco, who had possibly Move of the Year last week in San Diego. In the skills competition, nonetheless. I swear, the skills competition always throws out some random moves that always compete for Move of the Year. Big air. El Toro Loco has been skying it out this year. All year long. Craig Champion has just done a phenomenal job at getting that big air. Not afraid to fly. I mean, they do say Red Bull gives you wings. I guess this bull gets wings. I'm really excited for the possibility of Craig Champion winning a freestyle this year because he just does something absolutely insane where he like sends the truck and it does something similar to what he did in San Diego. And it wouldn't shock me. It really wouldn't. Also, the other interesting factor to keep in mind with this tour a complete sidetrack from what I was just talking about. This tour's only competed in stadium events so far, in baseball stadium events, sorry, where they have only been in these massive venues where the track is not exactly the same as it is in a football stadium. So they are going to have to adjust once they get into those football stadiums, and we'll see how they do so once they end up getting themselves in there. Big air off of that racing lane. Oh boy, truck is going for a wild ride. Oh, if he hit the brakes, he might have saved it, but he ends up on his lid. El Toro Loco lost its roof. It's a 7.880. Now Jim Kohler, an Avenger. He has certainly not had the best start to the season. It has been a bit of a rough start for the Avenger truck. After a great 2021, he is hoping for a similarly great 2022, but he is, well, the first 2 weekends have not been kind to him in the points and really in any of the competitions. So I wouldn't be shocked if he comes out here with a little chip on his shoulder. He's had some really great Anaheim moments in the past as well. He won the very first Freestyle of the Year in 2018 here in Anaheim. He's had some huge air in some events here. Some of his biggest air all time came right here in this venue. It's definitely a venue, like I was saying with the football stadiums, not as easy to get the big air in there, unless you're Stadium Tour Red, of course. But the baseball stadiums allow you to get a little bit more air because you have a lot more room for recovery. If you land and crash, you can kind of roll around a little bit more because there's more space on the corners, the way that they position the track. Now, Jim Kohler has been here plenty of times. He was first here in 2011. He was here in 2015, 2016, 2018, 2019, and 2020. But for a guy who has been competing in the sport since 2000, pretty interesting that he first came here in 2011. Here we go, lining up for the mini flip, Jim Kohler, an Avenger. Whoa! Hard landing and on all fours. Jim Kohler, an Avenger, going over again, and a save! Alrighty, Avenger looking for some big-time points, and he will get it at a 9.448, taking the lead, Jim Kohler, an Avenger. Now we have Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt, who, pun intended, has a bone to pick here tonight. Got knocked out in the first round of racing. He had a very good skills competition, got 11 points there from finishing in second, so you know that even though he didn't get many points in racing, he is going to go big in freestyle to try and make up for that. But Jim Kohler just took the lead with a very good run at a great ending. Nice slap wheelie there. Charlie Pauken, a man who loves to do his wheelies. Comboing it up there with a smooth little wheelie. Big air off of the jammer. Now, Charlie Pauken has been here in Anaheim more than any other driver in Monster Jam. You ready for this list? Charlie Pauken was here in 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. And he is back here again in 2022. That was a very hard hit. Hope the truck's okay. The truck looks a little skewed, but that could have just been because the rear steer was turned when he landed.
Seconds frozen on the clock. We'll see if Charlie Pauken can refire the big dog and continue what has been a great run.
Now, even more interesting is Charlie Pauken was in Anaheim not only before any other driver here in this field, but he was also here before Monster Mutt made an appearance in Anaheim itself. He's going to go for a stoppie. Using a little bit of skills moves here in the freestyle competition. That's what you love to see, getting a little close to the wall. Monster Mutt made its debut in Anaheim in 2003. It was also here in 2005. It's lining up for a backflip here in 2022. And he lands it perfectly. That was almost textbook in landing a backflip for Charlie Pauken. Some more big air across the center of the track, rolling over, putting it on the front too, and ends on the side. I mean, that was almost just did a, I don't even know what you call that, a cartwheel. He just did a cartwheel. So Monster Mutt takes the lead with a 9.685, and announcing his presence here is Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid, going for a wild ride early on and a save. Oh boy, Camden Murphy just saw his run flash before his eyes right there, but thankfully did not lose it. That would have been a tough break, because if you don't complete 30 seconds, you don't get a score, and he's got a pop tire. I thought I saw that thing flat. When he went around that first turn, I was like, that tire looks like it's flattening to me. Should have trusted my instincts and announced it before it was obvious, because I knew right away. So now Camden Murphy puts himself in a tough situation where he has to put down an incredible freestyle, a minute and a half freestyle with 3 wheels, basically. You can use that back left for a little bit of extra push. I mean, it definitely makes for interesting moves. So when you hit something, you hit them and it's completely unbalanced and you just start swinging around like that. He's kind of just putting his foot to the floor at this point. He's saying, screw this, I'm just going to go for it. Wouldn't be shocked if he hits the backflip for fun, too. I mean, he is just throwing this truck around. Digging that tire deeper into the dirt. The poor rim is taking a beating. Oh, my. And launching it to the center of the track, and he breaks that back right there. I think he just, yeah, either broke it off or he knocked the log out of the pod. I think he has another flat. Yeah, I was going to say, he's definitely flat on that back right. Yeah, that's going to be the end of the run for Dragonoid. He knocked the log out of the pod. That is hilarious. It's a 9.403, which puts him in 3rd place. That was, wow, they had to take the log out. The log is gone. It's just a ramp now. That'll bring up Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. We've had some pretty good runs in a row here to start off this freestyle competition. We're really in the middle of the competition at this point. Big air. Ryan Anderson loves to freestyle. Let's see what he can do. All eyes are always on Ryan Anderson. Very few people are looking away when this truck hits the track for freestyle. Nice little slat wheelie there, dragging that tail. Now, Ryan Anderson was first here in 2010 in the Monster Mutt truck. In his inaugural season in Monster Jam, didn't return again until 2012. Then came back in 2014, 2017, 2018, 19, and 20. Obviously, no one was here in 2021 because California did not host any shows that year. And he is lining up for big air, sending it to the center of the track. As we saw with Stadium Tour Red last week, I think that tour is going to have a little bit bigger air. Whether it was just the way that their ramps were designed in San Antonio. Wow! A nice transfer there. Going from the jammer to the center of the track. That was awesome. That's called utilizing your resources. Certainly a good run so far. Again, remember, Monster Mutt is in the lead. Ryan Anderson giving him a run for his money. Wow, big air sent to the center of the track. Just put his foot to the floor and let it fly. Son of a Digger. A very good freestyle so far. He is lining up for the backflip ramp. Hits the backflip, a little soft on the nose, but he lands it. And what a run so far from Son of a Digger. This has been a great freestyle. Whoa! Big air right at the end of the run. That will count for the scores. A hard hit, son of a digger, throwing it down. He is not stopping. He is giving everything he can for these fans. A man who's used to coming out last in freestyle, so he likes to just go till the truck flips. It's a 9.391, which won't take the lead. I highly disagree with that. That run was certainly better than Monster Mutt's. But the fans have spoken. Monster Mutt is still in the lead. That'll bring out Bari Musauer here in Zombie. This is Bari Musauer's third time here at Anaheim. It's his first time since 2015, where that was the last time he was here in this stadium. And the first time he was ever here was in 2012. And that Zombie truck has been here plenty. 2014, 15, 18, 19, and 2020. And only one of them was piloted by Bari Musauer. A lot of random drivers have driven Zombie in stadium events. Big air over the racing lane. Bari Musauer last weekend had a fantastic, nice slap wheelie there. That wasn't even a slap wheelie, it was just a bouncing wheelie. Fantastic weekend last week for Musauer as he won both freestyle competitions in San Diego, so that gave him a major boost in the points. So he is looking to follow that up this week with some more freestyle success, just more success in general. This is his first stadium tour since 2016, so he is loving the fact that he is getting to be airing it out all the time. Spinning it into a nice donut. I was stoked when I saw Bari back on a stadium tour this year because he has been dying to get back out there and stretch out his legs. Nice air off of the jammer. He's got less than 30 seconds. A solid run so far. I don't think it'll be enough to take the lead. Clearly the fans have very high standards to beat Monster Mutt. Now while Paulkin did do the stoppie in his run, that was awesome. I just think Ryan Anderson's run was overall better. But again, the fans are the judges. They chose. Zombie going for the backflip. We've had a lot of backflips tonight. And another fairly clean one. The truck is still running. He's going to continue his freestyle and hopefully finish the clock. And he will. The time is up. Zombie is done. He's going to do another donut for good measure. He had to get the most points he could because he got a 0 in skills. So really crucial for him to get some big points. And he is whipping it into a great donut at the end of the run. A 9.143 will not give him the lead, but it does set him up nicely in the standings. Next up we have Gravedigger. This is Tyler Menninga making his first appearance of the night after the truck couldn't make it out for racing or skills. Now, why does the truck look a little different? Well, I'll tell you why. The truck is using purple rims going forward. Purple bead locks, I should say. Those aren't the rims, those are the bead locks. Every Gravedigger going forward will have those purple bead locks. Good old throwback to Pablo Huffaker. Makes me feel so nostalgic seeing purple on the Gravedigger truck. I'm not sure why the change from green, but I guess they felt it was the time to do it. Maybe their contract with green beadlocks ran up. Big air. You know Tyler Menninga is out here driving with a vengeance because he has 0 points on the night. The most he can get is 12, where normally he can get 36. So he really needs to have a fantastic freestyle. It's been a very solid freestyle. Most people have filled the clock. We've had a lot of backflips. It's just been a very successful run. A lot of 9s so far. And I must say, this is poised to be a top 3 finish. Launching it, transferring it to the center of the track. Oh no, I think he broke something. Yeah, broke something in the front end of the truck. Can't quite tell what, but that truck is broken and that run is over. So some more bad luck for Gravedigger here in Anaheim. It is a 9.159, and that will end the event. Monster Mutt takes home the freestyle win, and your overall event champion is Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. A very big win for Ryan Anderson, who chases that points lead. So before we get into the Sunday show, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break. We will be right back after that, so go get a drink, get something to eat. If you're watching this pre-recorded, not live, then just skip ahead 3 minutes, and you can watch the Sunday afternoon show. Alrighty, let's get rolling with show number 2 as we start off with round 1 of racing. Charlie Pauken is in Monster Mutt. Craig Champion is in El Toro Loco. The two creatures going head-to-head here in round number 1. Monster Mutt with the lead going to the final turn. And Monster Mutt with a big win in round number 1. He goes on to round 2. Next up, we have Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger's first race of the weekend, taking on Corey Rummel in Megalodon. Corey Rummel with a lead going to the final turn. Gravedigger trying to hold on. And Gravedigger will pull it out in the final turn. Tyler Menninga with the win going to round 2. That was a big race. Now Mike Christensen and Vendetta takes on Caleb Blood and Soldier Fortune. Soldier Fortune, a little lead going to the final turn. And she loses it right at the last second, and Vendetta wins, going to the next round. Now, the final race of round number 1, Jurassic Attack, Paul Jensen taking on another independent in Preston Perez and Axe. A very close race going to the final turn. Not very smooth so far. And Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack with a race win. He is going to round number 2. How about that? Now in round number 2, Jim Kohler and Avenger takes on Charlie Pauken and Monster Mutt, two veterans in the sport. And Charlie Pauken with the lead going to the final turn. Jim Kohler with a very fortunate landing. This might help him in the final turn. It's close. But Monster Mutt is going to the semifinals. Charlie Pauken's racing success continues. Now another fantastic race is lining up here. This is Barn Musauer and Zombie against Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. Very close, going to the final turn. And Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger wins it and goes to the semifinals. Next up, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger and Caleb Blood in Soldier Fortune. Caleb Blood is winning right now, going to the final turn. Ryan Anderson lost some ground in that first turn there. But Ryan Anderson makes it all up right there in that final turn and is going to the semifinals. Next up, Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid going up against Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack. If Paul Jensen can win this race, it'll be one of the biggest upsets of his life. And right now, he is winning, going to the final turn. Camden Murphy, just like Ryan Anderson, needs to make up a lot of ground. And he does, and wins the race. Dragonoid with a comeback win, but still a good race nonetheless from Paul Jensen. Now we have entered the semifinals. The winner of this race goes to the final round. Charlie Pauken, Monster Mutt, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger, and Tyler Menninga is on the sidewalls, and his run is all but over. He gets out of the way of Monster Mutt, who is going to have this win handed to him here in the semifinals, and Charlie Pauken's luck continues this year as he is going to go to the final round with a chance to win racing for the 3rd time in 2022. Now who will take on Charlie Pauken in the final round? What a matchup we've got here. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger in the far lane. Camden Murphy in the Dragonoid is in the near lane. Camden Murphy won this matchup last night in the semifinals, so you know Ryan Anderson wants to take it today. They are close, but Ryan Anderson has a lead going to the final turn. You never want to give Ryan Anderson a lead going to the final turn. It is so close, but Ryan Anderson crosses the line first, and he is going to the final round of racing. In this final round, Charlie Pauken and Monster Mutt looks for his 3rd racing win of the year. Ryan Anderson looks for racing win number 2. This is going to be a fantastic race. They enter the first turn. These two have been pretty much the most consistent all year. other than Corey Rummel, and Ryan Anderson has a very big lead going to the final turn. Again, you don't give Ryan Anderson a lead going to the final turn. Charlie Ponkin did, and it costs him, as Son of a Digger has won racing tonight right here in Anaheim, show number 2, his second racing win of the year. How about that, Ryan Anderson? A great racing win there. And now he's going to celebrate a little bit. Ryan Anderson now 3-0 in his career against Charlie Ponkin, so a nice slab wheelie to celebrate the win, beating the longtime veteran in the sport, the well-decorated veteran. Ryan Anderson is having a blast. That'll bring us to the skills competition. Craig Champion and El Toro Loco starts us off. Now in the skills competition, as I said before, you could either do a donut or 2 moves on 2 wheels. Craig Champion is so far he probably has one of the highest average skills scores of the year thanks to his run in San Diego, and he's been pretty consistent in all of his other runs. Is he lining up for a stoppie? Craig Champion's lining up for a stoppie, and he can't quite get it. That's why it's his first time going for a stoppie this year. So El Toro Loco with a 6.046. That brings out Megalodon. Corey Rummel had some pretty good skills runs this year. Quite underscored, if I do say so myself. He has been heavily underscored in the skills competition. He's had some very good moves. Puts it on the front 2 wheels, dancing it around, and sets it down. A good first hit for Corey Rummel. He's got 1 hit to go. Looking to take the lead away from El Toro Loco. Only coming out second here in skills. That's what happens when you're knocked out second in racing. Dancing a little bit on the front 2 wheels and a good run. Another underscored run. It's a 7.608. That'll bring up Tyler Menninga here in Gravedigger. Gravedigger in its first skills competition of the weekend. Again, Tyler Menninga had some truck issues that held him out from racing in skills in the nightcap. But here in the afternoon show, Tyler Menninga off to a good start. He's going to combo it up on the rear 2 wheels. Tyler Menninga has done that a couple times this year now, and he has looked good every time he has done it. Pretty sold out there in right field. That's a very full crowd. I love that. The rest of the stadium isn't so packed. It was sold out last night, though, which was great to see. Clearly, these California Monster Jam fans and Californians in general just happy to get out of the house. Haven't had much of an opportunity to do so. And what a better place to do it than at a Monster Jam show. I would rather go out and spend my time at a Monster Jam event than pretty much anything else. So Tyler's got 1 hit left, going for a bicycle. Oh, can't quite get a good second hit there. Still a very high score because of that good first move. It's a 7.930. That'll bring out Vendetta, Mike Christensen. Again, you can do either a donut or 2 moves on 2 wheels. He's opting for the donut. A good donut, and it's a 6.392. That'll bring up Preston Perez and Axe. He's done a very good job this year. I must say, while I said he's an underrated driver earlier, and a threat to win the Rookie of the Year competition, which was just stupid of me. I will say though, he is definitely a threat to. He's not going to finish in last on this tour like I think most people thought he would. Now he's going to go right for his bicycle. This is his thing. He goes for that stoppie and then goes to a bicycle right after it. Executes both very well. It's an 8.013. That'll bring up Jim Kohler in Avenger. So Axe taking the lead there in the skills competition. His teammate Jim Kohler looks to take it right away, and he cannot with that first move. I can't wait for Jim Kohler to just nail a stoppie this year and everyone's jaw just drops. That'll be the moment right there. When that happens, my life will be complete. Going for the backside of the racing lane for a sky wheelie. Walks it down the ramp. Good second hit there, but because the first hit was a little lackluster, it's a 6.133. That brings up the zombie. Bari Musauer. Getting those fans to do the zombie arms before his run. Laurie loves to do his wheelies, whether they be sky wheelies or slap wheelies. You can always count on him to do a good one. Last night he got disqualified in the skills competition for doing a slap wheelie and then a donut, so that was illegal of him to do. Going for a massive sky wheelie on the step up. First off, big air. Second off, a fairly good wheelie. It's an 8.472, and that'll take the lead here in skills. But now we have the man who has been dominating this competition all year long. It's Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Ryan hasn't won too many skills competitions, but boy, have his points been up there every single time. Walking that bicycle towards the turn. He's not going to get it into the turn like he wanted to, but still a good first move there for Son of a Digger. Ryan Anderson, one move left. He's been sticking primarily to bicycles this year. He goes to the bicycle to go around the track, and then he goes to the sidewalls like that. And a great second hit for Son of a Digger. Puts him in the top spot at a 9.353. So your new leader there is Ryan Anderson. And now coming out the latest he has so far in the skills competitions is Paul Jensen in Jurassic Attack. And again, going for the reverse popper. Can't quite get anything from it. Okay, that's going to be hit number 2 there. Moonwalking it. Jurassic Attack. That's got to be 2 hits. That's not 1 hit. That is 2 hits. All right, they're going to give it to him. That is not 1 hit. He set it down for the first hit and then went for that. So they're going to give it to him, give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, there's no doubt, but they're going to give him the benefit there of let's just let him go for a second hit for the fans. Definitely a great first hit though, and nothing doing on the second hit. So they're not going to let him get away with another one there. It's a 6.373. That'll bring up Kayla Blood here in Soldier Fortune. She had a solid skills run last night. Let's see what she can bring out here in the afternoon show. Love the sound of that engine purring before the truck really gets going. It's just such a legendary sound. Putting it on the front 2 wheels and not much of a popper there. She still has 1 hit to go. Spent her entire career in the arenas, so she has a lot of experience here in this skills competition. Not a stranger to doing 2-wheel moves. Putting it on the front 2 wheels again. A solid 2 hits. It's a 4.272. That brings up Camden Murphy in the Dragonoid. See, I'm confused because Ryan Anderson already came out, but he won racing. So, I don't know. They must have... I have no idea what they did. Slot him in early. This is Camden Murphy in the Dragonoid. He has been good in this skills competition all year long. He is just balancing it there. Gosh, Camden Murphy has just gotten so good at doing these moonwalks. Get it up the ramp. Or walk it back down. That works just the same. Another great hit. Starting off his run here, Camden Murphy at the end of the year is going to have probably the highest combined skills score of the entire year. He and Ryan Anderson are going to fight for that. And I think that's how they determine the World Final skills competition. Well, that's how they did it in 2019. Putting it down on the front 2 wheels again, Camden Murphy. Moonwalking it and getting it up the ramp. Beautiful. Setting it down and still moonwalking it to the center of the track. Over the center of the track. Dragonoid with a long moonwalk taking the lead at a 9.658. And now it's Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt. Charlie Pauken got knocked out in the final round of racing tonight. He's already got 1 hit in the books with that bicycle. I'm impressed with that Dragonoid run. That was fantastic. Monster Mutt lining up for hit number 2. Putting it down on the front 2 wheels and moonwalking it up the ramp. How about that? Well, that was awesome. That is the end of the run for Monster Mutt. But however, he was disqualified because, as I learned later, he did a third hit, which you're also not allowed to do. So Monster Mutt's been disqualified. That's a 0. So that means that your two-wheel winner, your skills winner, sorry, is Dragonoid with a 9.658, which will bring up Soldier Fortune to lead us off in freestyle. Caleb Blood still hunting that first great freestyle of the year. It'll come, I'm telling you, it will. Just like how I said Ryan Anderson will get a bicycle around the track this year, Caleb Blood will have a fantastic freestyle at some point in 2022. Oh my, putting it into a stoppie! How about that? Moonwalking it! Like I said, she's got a lot of experience with those skills moves. We saw Charlie Pauken do that in the first show. He won freestyle doing that. Oh gosh, that was a very hard hit on the rear end. Thankfully it's okay. Oh no, over she goes. And that's going to do it. And another tough break for Soldier Fortune this year. It's 7.847. It was fun while it lasted. That'll bring up Mike Christensen here in Vendetta. Starting on the racing lane. And what happened to Vendetta? He's been shut off. Well, he couldn't have been shut off because the lights are still on.
You can see the time frozen on the video board. Plenty of time left for Mike Christensen and Vendetta, only just getting started. As long as he can refire.
Let's see if they can get that truck going again.
Really get started with this freestyle run. It sounds like he is fired back up. Let's see if we can help fire him up a little bit inside the truck. Let's make some noise for him, Anaheim.
There we go. The truck finally started after a while. I was enjoying John Saponaro. I was just listening to him. I was actually just kind of taking, excuse me, taking some tips and tricks, just listening to what he says in the downtime. Got to keep in mind, obviously, this is what I intend to do at some point in my life, is be in the role John Saponaro is. So it's nice to know what he says when he's in those moments where the truck just shut off a second end of the run. But now Vendetta's still rolling along. I love this truck. In terms of independent trucks that are pretty, this is probably in the top 5. Even in monster trucks in general that are pretty, this is probably in the top 10, top 15. Now, independents do have to kind of have their own category because indies don't have the money to spend like Feld does to make their trucks. Big air. So when you get a really pretty design, it's not as common in independent trucks to have a gorgeous design like Vendetta has. And I will say he beats that truck up. While he hasn't really done much to it this year to destroy the body, he has had himself a lot of work on this body done in the last couple of years. I also really hope he does a backflip at one point this year. I'm sure he will one day. Most of the independents try and do at least one backflip during the season just for fun. Oh my god, I think it's happening right now! He's doing it right now! He's going for the backflip! Oh, and he stuffs it in. Okay. Either way, he went for the backflip. And he didn't even take the lead. It's a 7.406. The fans weren't loving it. I was hype. I love that. I just said, oh my, big air for Paul Jensen. I just said that all the independents tend to do one backflip a year. Well, Mike Christensen just got it out of the way. That's awesome. And I did not know that happened. For those that are watching at this point in the commentary, you're probably a loyal subscriber. This is pretty much a raw commentary. My goal for this year is to do a lot of raw reactions. I'm not looking at highlights intentionally. If something happens to go across my phone, I'm not going to cry, but I'm not going to purposely watch highlights. So this is basically a blind commentary. Oh no, Paul Jensen rolling over and on its lid. Jurassic Attack, a crazy crash, and that scored higher than Vendetta. It's a 7.688. That'll bring up Coy, Rummel, and Megalodon. Anaheim always has the strangest scores ever. I don't know what it is. They score things very oddly here. It seems like every single year we go to Anaheim, we say, well, he got the trophy, but he really won. It happens. I can't remember the last time. And I was telling this to some of my friends last week. I cannot remember the last time someone won in Anaheim that was the best, that really was the deserving run. It's been a while. I mean, Adam Anderson himself has had about 5 freestyle trophies taken away from him here in this venue alone. Corey Rummel launching it. Oh my gosh, Megalodon flying and bouncing around. Oh my, okay. Still going. Megalodon is not done yet. Having a very good run so far. I must say, this is a very impressive freestyle. But it's expected. Corey Rummel's a great freestyler. I say that in that his freestyles this year, he's had a lot of trouble to have a typical Corey Rummel freestyle, but this guy is one of the best freestylers in the sport when he gets a good 2-minute run. I mean, he loves the big air. He's driven 3 trucks in Monster Jam: Rage, Pirate's Curse, and Megalodon. He's probably driven something else, Phil. Huge air! Megalodon is flying across the track. Wow! Sharks do fly. Well, there's your title. Sharks do fly. That's the one. Lining up for the backflip, Megalodon. And lands it very cleanly. And oh my! Hitting the side of the backflip on that jump. Somehow the wheel is still intact, and he didn't pop the tire. He has no power in the front right. And that's the end of the run. What a run! A 9.622. Megalodon stealing the show here in Anaheim. But Craig Champion's up next. You never know what this guy can do when he freestyles. Sharks do fly. That's the one for the week. It's always fun trying to pick out what I want it to be. But right now, this bull can fly. Apparently in Monster Jam, animals can fly, just in general. We have sharks, bulls, dogs fly. Monster Jam. That should be a poster that Monster Jam makes. Monster Jam, where dogs actually fly. That's hilarious. That would get viewership right there, I'm telling you. That would be hilarious. Especially when Charlie Palkin's behind the wheel. That dog can really fly. Right now we're talking about Craig Champion and his freestyle. He's having a good one. Another guy who this year I want to hit the backflip. Maybe, I willed Mike Christensen's backflip into existence. Maybe I can will Craig Champion a backflip right now. I was going to say, there's no way I just went 2 for 2 on that. I don't think today's going to be the day, but who knows? Maybe. I really don't know. I think out of all the drivers on this tour, oh gosh, hard hit. Whoa, okay. Well, that truck just crumbled in itself, and that is the end of the run. 6.933. That'll bring up Charlie Palkin and Monster Mutt, who was disqualified from the skills competition for doing 3 hits. Now gets a chance to do as many hits as he wants here in freestyle. The funnier thing is you're probably never going to see footage of Charlie Palkin doing the 3 hits because everyone just stops their recording after 2, because why the heck would he do a 3rd? But he did. Charlie Palkin changing the game. Monster Jam, where dogs fly. Nice slap wheelie where bigger dogs drag their tails. And there's the flying dog bringing itself out. You gotta love it. Monster Jam, where animals just have wings. Oh, he's going for the stoppie. Got him a win last night, and it was a poorly executed one, but still, I honestly think he won freestyle last night just because of that stoppie. The fans saw that and like, whoa, that didn't happen in anyone else's run. I mean, he did it last week in San Diego, too. He popped it into a stoppie in the middle of the run, so maybe that's going to be a thing he does. Nice air. I just love this track. I'm going to say it in every single commentary this year. This track is awesome. And there you go. There's the stoppie. The daily stoppie for Monster Mutt. kissing the ground. Charlie Pauken having himself a good freestyle on now. He's lining up for the step-up ramp. The truck doesn't sound right. Oh, I don't know. He might have just been stuck in a wrong gear or something. Definitely not working right, you could tell. Lining up for the backflip ramp. Yeah, he's having some transmission issues. He lands the backflip, though. How about that? A lot of drivers are going for that backflip to moonwalk this year. I can't wait to see the first one that really nails it. Ryan Anderson got it in San Diego, but he couldn't really walk it because of the way the track was configured. But that is an 8.632 for Monster, but puts him in second place. That brings out Barney, Musauer, and Zombie. Nice air off of the jammer. Dragging that tail. So that makes 3 drivers that I know that are doing trying to do the backflip to moonwalk. That's Charlie Pauken, Ryan Anderson, and Tyler Menninga. Tyler Menninga was doing it first this year. And Martin Musauer has himself a pair of freestyle wins this year, and he didn't need to do either of those fancy schmancy moves, moonwalks or backflip to moonwalks. The first one was simply just because he did the backflip cleanly and had the best overall run of the night. And then the second one was just because he jumped over Gravedigger and the fans lost their minds. Well, it was a really cool move that he jumped over Gravedigger. It wasn't, you know, deserving of winning freestyle, but it was still... I mean, he deserves an award for doing that. Not many drivers get the chance to jump over a Monster Jam truck in their career. Barney Musauer had the opportunity. And when the drivers do get the opportunity, most of them don't even execute it. He went for it. Barney Musauer is not afraid to get big air. This man, a lot of people underrate his freestyle skills. He has no fear at all. The guy holds the record for the world's longest donut. I mean, he was probably vomiting inside of the cab, but didn't care because he wanted the world record. He's had some incredible moments at the Monster Jam World Finals with big air. I mean, he drove around the backside of the track in the World Finals. Like, this guy is ballsy. Out of all the non-digger drivers in the sport and Max D drivers, Barney Musauer is by far the ballsiest in the entire sport. Like, no questions asked. He's going to whip it around and go for the backflip. He is gunning for Megalodon's top score. Oh boy, weird landing, hit the gas, nailed it, there you go. Zombie back on all fours, almost lost it, but Barney hit the gas in the proper time. It's a 9.086, not enough for the lead, but still a good freestyle nonetheless for the Zombie machine. That brings up Axe. Axe coming out a little late in the freestyle competition this week. Well, today, I should say, after having himself a good freestyle last night. I've seen a lot of people that are very happy about the commentaries being back. I'm also very happy about it. Oh no, he's got a locked up rear steer. Or the truck shut off. No, I think he's got locked up rear steer. What a tough break for Axe. He's got to just completely throw it in reverse here. He is not going to get anywhere doing that. Well, it's letting him turn enough, but I mean, that's going to be very useless to try and just go at it from that angle. Okay, that works too. I was going to say just throw it in reverse, but... You know, one of the most debilitating things in a freestyle run is when the rear steer breaks. He's going to pop it into a donut. Because when the rear steer breaks, you just can't do anything about it. It's one of the only things in Monster Jam. I should say it's the most debilitating thing out of things they let you keep running with. Because, you know, there are certain things that the truck obviously can't run anymore when it breaks. Like if you break a 4-link bar, you just can't keep driving, or a drive shaft. But out of the things that, because they'll let you keep driving when your rear steer breaks, but it's very hard to put down a freestyle. But like, let's say if you pop a tire, it's manageable, you know. If you break a planetary, it's manageable. If you lose power in one wheel or in front wheel drive, it's manageable. Oh, he's throwing it in reverse. I like that. But when you break rear steer, I mean, you have to learn to adjust and get used to just drifting around the track. It is very hard to, because if it breaks in a weird angle, you're screwed. There's no way out. Let me add, last week Ryan Dishroon lost reverse and got pinned up against the wall and couldn't go anywhere. Because, I mean, the way he landed, and he lost his reverse when he landed, he was stuck. He couldn't go anywhere. So while, yes, that's actually debilitating, this is a move you can actually keep freestyling here. Axe is done. He did the best with really what he could. It's a 5.866. That brings up Tyler Menninga in the black and green Wrecking Machine Gravedigger, badge of the bone for 40 years. Ready to rock and roll right here in Anaheim. Starts his freestyle off with a jammer hit. Tyler Menninga so far has not gotten the points this week that he really needed to keep this tour lead going. Now, if you want to see any points tour standings on any of the tours, just go to monsterjam.com, especially for the arenas, considering I won't be posting about them. Truck's shut off. That's not a good sign. Regardless of whether the truck can refire, it's never a good thing when the truck shuts off randomly like that, because it shows that you've got electrical problems, and it probably won't be the last time the truck shuts off in the run. Because that was just on a weird landing. It was just on a hard bounce. Oh, putting it into a stoppie. And now he's going to moonwalk it. Thankfully the truck didn't shut off there, because that would have been a bad time. Talk about inconvenient timing. That happened to Bryce Kenny last week in San Antonio. The truck shut off when he went to do a stop. I believe it was Bryce Kenny. Someone last week, the truck shut off when they were doing a stoppie, and it just rolled him over. No, it was Camden Murphy. Big air off the racing lane. Bryce Kenny reversed into a rollover where Camden Murphy, his truck shut off in a stoppie, rolled it over. Gravedigger going for the backflip ramp. Oh boy, I don't know why it bounced so hard off of that ramp, but that is the end of the run, a 7.741. Now it is Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Not your final run of the night, but we're getting there. We've got one more after Ryan Anderson. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's 3 more after Ryan Anderson. I'm sorry, I just lied to you all. I don't do that on purpose. I've lied to you a couple times today. I said Preston Perez was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year, and then I just said Ryan Anderson's second to last. I apologize. This is not a consistent thing. Big air over the racing lane. Ryan Anderson, though, just all season so far, he is coming second and second and third and second. You know, I mean, with the way he's been performing this year, you know he wants those trophies. Ryan Anderson loves those trophies. Having a good run so far. The momentum's there. The pacing's there. He hasn't quite turned it all the way up yet. He's sitting at about, I'd say, 70% Ryan Anderson style. Getting big air, turning it up a little bit more. He heard me and he's like, no. We're about to go full bore. Give me a sec. Oh yeah, we're starting to turn it up. To me, Ryan was the one that deserved to win freestyle last night, so you know he's looking for it again today. Is he going for the mini flip? Yes, he is. Mini flip time, son of a digger. Little corkscrew in the middle of it, but he landed it. That mini flip ramp has just not been hitting anyone in the right way this year. Whoa, sending it off the side of the ramp, cross-threading, and still rolling, son of a digger. Oh gosh, he is just throwing the truck around. Only front wheel drive, and that is it. Son of a digger won't take the lead. It's a 9.553. I'd say it's debatable. Either flip a coin, give it to Megalodon or Son of a Digger. I did personally prefer Son of a Digger's run, but Megalodon still sits in the hot seat as the Dragonoid comes out. This is Camden Murphy. Camden Murphy in the Dragonoid truck hasn't won a competition yet this year, so you know he is gunning for that #1 spot for the first time of 2022. I'm sure he'll have a couple by the end of the year, but it'll just be a matter of time before he gets it. Heck, it might happen in the next few minutes. Final 3 trucks here in freestyle as we have Dragonoid, Avenger, and then Monster Mutt. Dragonoid, as usual, keeping the pace up there. Camden Murphy has always done a great job in his time here in Anaheim. Big air. The last time we were in Anaheim, Camden Murphy won 2 out of 3 competitions in both of the shows he was here. Won racing and skills in both Anaheim shows he was in 2020. He's going for the backflip. The truck stalls. Oh, he put it in reverse. For whatever reason, he went into reverse, and that cost him the run. Scores a 7.349. Where are they judging this from? Well, either way, that brings up Avenger, so Camden Murphy's at the bottom of the pack. That's unfortunate. That just cost him about 6 points that he should have had. Either way, though, Jim Kohler second to last here in Avenger. Yeah, Camden Murphy, before he was here this weekend, had won 3 out of the 4 racing competitions that he had competed in here in Anaheim. Didn't win one this weekend, but he was close. Getting some nice air. Anaheim has had some really fun shows in the past. I mean, Steven Sims, I'm looking at the stats from 20... Whoa! That was a launch from Avenger and a nice little combo. And he has no rear right power. In 2018, Steven Sims was here in Scooby-Doo and he won freestyle. That was an awesome run, one of the best of the year that year. Anaheim's just always a fun time. Okay, so I think Monster Mutt already went, and I'm just for... Yeah, Monster Mutt went earlier. Why did he go earlier? He won the last freestyle. So Jim Kohler's last here. So this is the last freestyle. So I lied to you again. I'm sorry. This is just... I guess I'm just becoming a liar today. And again, not on purpose. I'm just having a mistake. Oh boy, Jim Kohler's lining up for the mini flip ramp. Whoa! What is that? What was that? What on earth did Avenger just do? That was strange. Fun, but strange. Still rolling. Still going. Wow, that was... I've got no words. That was interesting. And he's going to wrap it up right there. Avenger finishes in third with a 9.113. Your winner here in freestyle is Corey Rummel in Megalodon. I mean, that was a great freestyle. Overall, a good weekend in Anaheim. I won't say it was better than San Diego. San Diego was awesome, but definitely a very good weekend here for Stadium Tour Yellow. That'll do it for this week's commentary of Stadium Tour Yellow. That was a great time in Anaheim at Angel Stadium. I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys did as well. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to see the St. Louis commentary. I look forward to seeing you all then. Take care, everybody.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's